Hey, good afternoon, folks. This is John Wolf from his channel for turbocharging my 2009 Honda Civic FD JDM 2-liter Civic K20Z2 motor. As you see, I'm already done installing the turbo, neatly tucked away at the back. Can hardly see. I've already started to reassemble the covers, the intake, oil catch tank, manual boost controller, the boost lines, Rev 9 blower valve, Rev 9 38mm wastegate, Turbonetics T3T4 57 trim turbo with a manifold, Rev 9 intercooler, and yeah, the build was pretty interesting. I used the OEM throttle body pipe for the MOF sensor. I still need to connect the air to fuel ratio gauge. Gauges are there inside. I had the double DIN screen also installed. The one and only Civic in Windhoek, Namibia, FD, that's being fully modified to this extent. Everything was a neat and tidy fit. I did not even have to remove the subframe for the oil tank. What we did was we undid the bolts around it, took off the driver's side. I'm in Windhoek, Namibia. I have a right-hand drive Honda Civic. Took off the right wheel to get to this far side of the oil tank, and to just slightly take it off so that we could have put the sealer on, the gasket sealer. Last night I topped up the oil. No oil leaks. We're going to be starting up this afternoon. Before we started up, I was interrupted by this great package, which is the Rev 9 Hyper Street 2 performance suspension. It was just delivered. Took about 2 weeks delivery from the US, California. I'll also be the only Civic, Honda Civic FD in Windhoek, Namibia, riding on stage 2 coilovers, stage 3 turbo conversion. I'll be having a full 63 catless exhaust from front to back, split exit system. I'll be running 76mm to the back, and then it'll split into two 63s for the two rear pipes. I have the full mugen RR body kit on, and just changed the tail light. I couldn't find the racing tail light. Added a few extras, side skirts, and the front bumper lip. Still have to put that on. I'll make a video on that afterwards. The only problem I encountered was the mugen foglights. They were sticking out a bit too far against the boost lines, so I had to remove them. I'll be replacing those holes with the same mesh that's in the grills. And for other cosmetics I did was added bonnet vents. I'll be adding on side vents as well. They'll be trimmed out and running down. and adding full side skirts instead of those small wings. Redid the mirrors, painted them black. The car's very dirty and dusty. She's been in the garage for 2 weeks now. And then I'll be adding on a gloss black rooftop. So any other problems I encountered during the turbo build was since we didn't remove the subframe for the turbo. Luckily, when we took out the air boxes, the previous air boxes, which was situated here, after removing those, removing the battery, removing the throttle body pipe, we had much more space around to work, and we maneuvered the exhaust manifold from the subframe bottom up, and we got the turbo in from the side. Yeah, that was a bit of a struggle, but we managed it in 2 days. 2 days. The first day was removing everything. Second day, putting everything back in already. Then it was a matter of figuring out the boost pipes. Last night I added the T for the blower valve, and I had to get a few fittings for the compressor, the turbo compressors, fittings to the boost controller. I had to get an extra pipe. The initial Rev9 turbo kit probably had a pipe which was built to go up and over. I had to clock the turbo from a 90-degree down to 180 and had the pipes lead over the gear links down under to the old airbox and out by the side. So that was just a bit of thinking, but luckily I already had it planned out. Here's the extra cables for the battery. There's a voltage stabilizer on top. Small added extra feature. Any other problems I encountered? There wasn't really problems. The Rev9 Turbo Kit TCK012 I bought online from Amazon, California, and was also shipped within 2 weeks. Cost me around about 2,000 US dollars in total. That's about 35, 36, maybe $1,000. And everything really fit neat and tidy. The downpipe I had to fit in from the bottom up. I'm not going to climb under the car now, but the pipe which you still see hanging there, that's the rest of the downpipe. That's a 76mm from the 63 to the 76. It had two O2 sensor ports. Could just perfectly screw in my old ports and lead it to the back. I just have to fit that in, and that is about all. The other concern I had was the battery fitting. It slightly squeezes against the one boost line there, but not that it influences anything. All the boost line still has free moving. It doesn't interfere with the gear links. For the management, I'll be running a Dictator 60-2 management together with a Dictator drive-by-wire throttle, because I have an electronic throttle positioner and electronic pedal. That cost me around about 10,000 Namibian dollars extra for the 2 ECUs, with a crank sensor, trigger wheel, some extra things, stronger coil overpack, not coil overpack, stronger coils. I changed the spark plugs from my heat range 6 to heat range 7. These are basically the type R spark plugs, NJK, IFR 7 let me just get that right. IFR 7G11KS. I had to go heat range up. For the boost I'll be running 5 psi boost with a boost controller. I have a 10 psi spring which was included with the Rev 9 turbo kit. I have a 15 psi spring as well. I'm just going to be running 5 psi for the tune. I'm just going to be running 5 psi for the tune and see where we go from that. I had the screamer pipe made up, still have to fit that down from the wastegate down to the bottom of the car. It leads right neatly. There's space between the oil tank and the subframe. Doesn't interfere with the train line. That's why in case I wrapped it up neat and tightly. All my downpipes is neatly wrapped up in heat wrap. I have the double blanket as well. Better safety first, better safe than sorry. Wouldn't want to burn any wires. And as you see, I've already started prepping, painting the brake calipers for the suspension, and I'll make a follow-up video on that, the unboxing, unwrapping of the Rev 9 coilovers. I have to give a real big ups to Rev 9 for shipping the turbo kit, and a real big up for Rev 9 for shipping the coilovers. They really pulled through for the FD Civics. And if you do catch this video, please like and subscribe. Remember, I'm John Wolf. I'm representing from Windhoek, Namibia. 2009 Honda Civic 2-liter iVTEC K20Z2 motor, and I'm out.